Hey guys, we're starting early tonight, and yeah, I'm not in that kind of groove. I ran out of time to even check messages, so if some of you sent me a message about something or another, I'm not going to see it till after the break. Sorry about that. I know, I forget sometimes. I'm so used to a certain schedule when we start early. I don't know, I just did not leave myself enough time. But anyway, you can also hit me up here in chat. If you did ask me a question that I haven't replied to yet and you need to know, you can type it into chat. So tonight we're going to open up two things, a Hit Parade 4th and Goal football box and a full case of Prism basketball. Those are the two things we have on tap tonight, but before we get started with that, I do have a little bit of information to go over, so we're going to put that up on the screen first. And once again, for those of you who are just jumping in, I ran out of time to get messages answered. So if you sent me a message on eBay and you need an immediate answer, please jump into chat and ask me right now. Otherwise, I'm going to answer those after the break. What you see right now is a direct break that I'm working on. Direct breaks are just breaks that I sell out through chat, okay, or messages, however you want to say that. I don't list it on eBay. So this particular break, this is kind of going to be last call for this. We've broken this before and it did very well. This time we haven't had a lot of interest in it. So if none of you jump into it after tonight and it just is still setting with these same 3 spots sold out of the 15, then I'm probably just going to give up on that and we'll either sell that case outright somewhere or maybe list it on eBay or something. But anyway, it is a case of 2017-18 Leaf Greatest Hits basketball. It's break number 2. Those are buyback cards, all either encased or graded. And of course, adding in a break bonus, which is a box of 2016-17 Grand Reserve basketball. Only the hits would ship out of the Grand Reserve. In addition to the buyback card, the Leaf Greatest Hits basketball, each box will also have an autographed Leaf original card, and you can read how that goes out. It's $100 a spot, which I know sounds like a lot, but you do get 2 teams out of that. And it is a pretty expensive case, actually. And of course, we'll break it when we fill it. If you pull nothing, you get nothing in the direct breaks. We don't do consolation cards there. As with any break, it's a no return, no refund item. If you want in, hit me up in chat or send me a message to leaderofthepackbreaks@gmail.com. What did I click? I clicked something here. I don't want whatever that is. I don't know what I clicked, but something. Anyway, so what you're looking at right now is just a note about my feedback. I have it automated, and I do that so that you don't ever have to wait on me. So anytime you leave positive feedback for me, you're going to instantly get positive feedback in return. And then, of course, the more important message on that page is to say thank you. I am very happy that you guys choose to spend part of your evening with me and that you bid and break and hang out and chat with me. So moving on down the line, we are looking at breaks that are listed on eBay. So the first break we looked at for Leaf Greatest Hits was a direct break. All of this stuff already up and listed on eBay. We're going to be breaking it over the course of the next few nights. Tomorrow night, a half case of 2018-19 Flawless Collegiate Basketball and a full case of Immaculate Football. On Tuesday, it's going to be a half case of 2015 Black Gold Football and a full case of 18-19 Absolute Basketball. On Wednesday, we'll open 6 boxes of 2018 Topps Inception, 6 boxes of 2018 Bowman Chrome HTA, which are slash jumbos, some people call them. And that is a half case quantity, of course. And then a 12-box case of Obsidian Football, which is a Wednesday release. On Thursday night, the 6th, 4 nights from tonight, we're going to open another full case of Prism basketball. On Friday night, the 7th, that is the release date of Topps Dynasty baseball. We will open a full case of Dynasty and then another case of Obsidian football. So that's what our days ahead look like. For tonight, we've got, of course, 2 breaks. One is a free shipping break. That's 4th and Goal football. The other is the paid shipping break. Free shipping breaks pretty much always projected to go out about 6 to 7 days after an auction ends. So projecting to get that stuff out no later than Saturday. In all likelihood, it will get out the door to you faster than that, but Saturday should be the latest. Our paid shipping break tonight, Prism Basketball, projected out the door no later than Thursday. Again, most likely is going to be faster than Thursday, but certainly shouldn't be any later than Thursday unless something wildly unexpected were to happen. Consolation cards don't apply to Prism basketball. There's a million cards in this break, not literally a million, figuratively a million, but everybody is going to get cards in Prism basketball. Every team will pull cards of some sort. In Hit Parade, if you happen to get skunked in there, your team is not the one pulled. You are entitled to a Consolation Used trading card. It can be from any year and any series. I keep track of it for a rolling 90-day period. Typically, with a free shipping break like we have for 4th and Goal, I just hang on to those consolation cards until the next time you have a package shipping. Then I just gather up any that you're due, put them in that package, and they go out the door all at once like that. If you don't want to wait for that and you're in 4th and Goal and your team isn't pulled, you want your consolation card right away, send me a message on eBay and let me know. I will happily put that in an envelope, put a stamp on it, and send it your way. So first up tonight is 2018 Hit Parade 4th and Goal football box. This is break number 7. Everything we're opening tonight ended tonight, Sunday night, the 2nd of December. And of course, you see we have a team name format on the left and the winning bidder user ID across from each team on the right-hand side. Spreadsheet will go up again prior to Prism basketball, so if you're not in this break, you'll see your name up there shortly. And finally, I don't use autofocus. I am manually setting the focus, and I do realize it puts the background out of focus a little bit, but not to worry, we'll be able to see everything. Who do we have in chat tonight? Greg is here, and Jake is here, and Chris is here, and Griffin. Hi, guys. All right, so I'm trying to show you, there's your seal under there, because I've got to kind of get this thing maneuvered a little better so that we can get the stuff out of it without me knocking the camera over, because about half the time when I try to do it, taking it out a different way, I end up knocking the camera over. And by the way, my cord seems to be all twisted up and strange on the camera tonight. Sorry, I'm trying to get that out of the way so I don't, in fact, end up knocking it over, right? It's like... what do they call it when you, like I shouldn't have said that because now that almost guarantees it's going to knock it out kind of thing. Knock it over. I hope not, but you never know. All right, I'm trying to do this. In the past, I cut through that cellophane and rip it off first. Finally, what has this taken me? 2.5 years to get smart enough to realize just cut through the cellophane on the top? Right. Don't have to take it all off, just have to cut through it. I'm not always the brightest, am I? Okay, so now we have got the mini helmet is inside the full-size helmet. Then we've got the jersey and the photograph. Let me get the box out of the way. Yeah, that was much easier than taking that cellophane off. I can't believe it's taken me 2.5 years to 3 years, however long we've been opening Hit Parade, for me to remember that or realize that. That's so stupid. Anyway, Ken's here too. Hi, Ken. So we have... a signature. Our photograph is for the Lions. I'm trying to get that where you can see it a little bit better. It's Charlie Sanders. You've got a DA hologram sticker on the back. The DA paper COA there, of course, is the sticker at the top identifying that signature for you. And so the Lions are first out here with the photograph and Charlie Sanders. Now... our jersey. You guys are going to like this. It's the Titans. It's Marcus Mariota, right? I mean, that's pretty sweet. So there's your signature, and you've got a hologram authentication from somebody. But we're going to take this out of here because this might be, I don't know, this might be an authentic and not a custom. We're about to find out. Oh, it's Upper Deck authenticated. Okay, I didn't recognize that hologram sticker as being Upper Deck, but yet it is, so it probably is going to be official. Yeah, baby. Woohoo! That makes somebody happy. Your official Tennessee Titans fully licensed NFL jersey signed by Mr. Marcus Mariota. I'm doing a terrible job folding that right now, but I will fix it back later. I promise I will. It's like folding a map. If I try to do it right now, I'll spend 20 minutes and still not get it back right. But I promise I will get it folded better than it is right now. So the Titans with the Marcus Mariota jersey. And, of course, our picture was Charlie Sanders for the Lions. Now our two helmets are coming out of here. Hi, Joe. You maybe weren't logged on when we started tonight. We went down the rundown of everything. And we will certainly be getting to Prism basketball after we get finished up here with our 4th and goal football. We got to get the mini helmet out of there. It's wedged in there. You never know how they're going to do them. It's the Rams. And who is our player? That's the question. There's JSA authenticated Marshall Faulk. All right, tells us there on the front. And there's your JSA paper in there as well. So the Rams with mini helmets, Marshall Faulk, and JSA authenticated. And finally, out of our 4th and goal box, which so far has been pretty darn good to us. Let's see if this is going to have a sticker in here. Oh, it does. All right, good. I had to check in the lining of that bag to see if there was a sticker. And there is that, of course. You've got a nice signature there for the Saints. And that is a Mark Ingram signature. Of course, you see you've got a Dave and Adams authentication sticker there. A Dave and Adams hologram on the back. And that looks like you've also got a player hologram sticker on the back as well. So we'll give you one more look here at your signature on your helmet. So our full-size helmet, Mark Ingram and the Saints. Our mini helmet ended up being the Rams and Marshall Faulk. Our jersey, really nice, authentic NFL jersey, not a custom, for the Titans and Marcus Mariota. And then, of course, our photograph was the Charlie Sanders for the Lions. So all in all, kids, I'm pretty happy with our 4th and goal contents. I usually am pretty happy with 4th and goal. They've been loading these up pretty well lately. We generally do well with them. Let me get this put back into the box, and then we're going to put up the spreadsheet again and get started on Prizm basketball. Give me just 1 second. Now, meanwhile, anybody who's watching the Chargers and Steelers, I'm giving you a special mission to keep me updated on the score, right? Because I, of course, those of you who break with me often, or even probably ever, know that I'm a Steelers fan. So I like to keep track of my Pittsburgh Steelers when they're playing. And, oh gosh, I'm cutting into that case. We haven't put the spreadsheet up yet. Not that it totally matters, but let's do get our spreadsheet back up there before I take out the boxes out of the case and before I continue apparently knocking random things over. So, yeah, let's get this back up here real quickly. For anybody who might have missed it earlier, that gives you an anticipated shipping date for each of our breaks tonight. And, of course, consolation cards do apply to the break we just completed, 4th and goal, but don't really come into play for Prizm because there's a lot of cards in Prizm. And this is a 12-box case, 2018-19 Prizm basketball. Full case break, break number 3. Team names on the left, winning bidders are across from it there on the right-hand side. And, of course, Prizm basketball, so hard to get this year. Did not get nearly as much as I wanted. I'm not even, I guess maybe we ended up getting about what we got last year once it was all said and done all together. But I don't know. I always want more. They never give me as much as I want. I'm kind of greedy like that. But it's on your behalf. I'm greedy on your behalf to give us more stuff to open. Oh, that box is, a couple of these boxes are a little kind of, dinged up a little bit. The outer box was a little bit dinged up too, the outer case. And I called the rep about it, and he said he was virtually certain that they would be okay inside. Because, you send pictures and they kind of tell you what they'll do. And basically he didn't think it looked bad enough to replace it. So hopefully we'll be okay. And truthfully, I think he's right, because I've seen them come in way more banged up than that, and when we open them up, everything's fine. So I'm sure we will be tonight too. But it's so hard to gauge, when you see those outer boxes. You never know this time of year, especially what in the heck UPS is going to do to you. Let me get some sleeves on the table here. Oh, Jake, you hit something. I just now look back at chats. You said, woo, that's me. So you hit something, Jake. I don't know what you hit, but whatever it is, I'm glad we found you something good. Meanwhile, Greg must not have hit because he's booing us over there. Greg, which helmet are you asking about? Are you asking about the mini helmet or the full-size helmet? The full-size, of course, was the Saints, and the mini was the Rams. Mark Ingram was the player on the Saints. I think it was Marshall Faulk on the Rams, right, guys? I think so. So, Prism Basketball. Probably everybody kind of knows the info on how Prism is constructed. But we are looking for 2 autographs per box. And we've got a massive amount of prisms per box, as in like 22 in total. But it counts everything. Those count the prism parallels as well as our silver prisms and that sort of thing. The vast majority of them are not our rookies, which is, of course, what makes our rookie silver prisms all the more desirable, which they've always been the high point, really, of the whole set, is really the rookie silver prism, often more so even than the autographs or than many of the autographs. But so we'll see what's going through, what we find as we go through here. We'll talk about our insert sets maybe the first time through. Then after that, we might not get into as much detail about them as we will the first time we see them. So for instance, when we find a blue prism like this one, it's going to be numbered in general to 199. We're going to find plenty of these all-day inserts. Some will be prisms, some won't. And by the way, a prism and a refractor are the same thing. And I have a nasty habit of calling them refractors, which is what Topps calls them. So if you hear me say refractor, just know that means prism in the Panini world. It's just confusing this because this is a prism is the name of the product, and the refractors they call prisms. So, you know. TJ Leaf, that's a red wave prism for the Pacers. Those red wave are not numbered. So we'll see lots of them, but they're not numbered. Oh, Jason, you said you had to work hard to get your Celtics spot tonight, huh? So we got to find something good for you. So here's our first silver prism of the night, and that is Carroll for the Nets. Another all-day insert. And we have a rookie prism out. That's Miles Bridges and the Hornets. These are not numbered, and I think, oh boy, is that called is that Hype or Hyper? You guys know I'm bad with remembering the pattern names in Prism, but that's maybe called Hype or Hyper when you see that particular pattern on there. And again, those are not numbered. Silver Prism, Wilt Chamberlain and the Lakers. And there's a Robert Williams for the Celtics with a red wave unnumbered. And that's the majority of what we're going to see as we go through, kind of repeats of that sort of thing. But there are a few variations we may yet find. Petrovic and the Blazers, silver prism. J.R. Smith and the Cleveland Cavaliers. How about that? A little vet signature to start things off tonight with Mr. J.R. Smith. Yeah, oh, okay, so that pattern is called Hyper. I'm getting better at remembering it. I still wanted to call it Hype, though. See, you know. That's Embiid for the 76ers. I don't know why I have such a hard time with the Panini pattern names because there are so many of them. And that's Savage insert, LeBron James. And there's a Garnett for the T-Wolves. And the base red is numbered differently than our red wave. So this one is numbered to 299. It's Austin Rivers for the Wizards. And we're going to look at this again for a second because you know he's in a Clippers uniform there. But it is correctly noted that he is a Wizard on the card. So it's always going to go to the team that is noted on the card. It's not going to go to the team that you see on the uniform if they are different, in other words. That was a red wave for the Celtics with Jaylen Brown. So I always like to point that out because sometimes, if you're like me especially, you know, you just kind of, you're doing other things, you glance up, you see one go by, And you see the uniform and then you think, oh yeah, that's coming my way. And then you get your cards and it's like, hey, wait a minute, where's that Austin Rivers? Yeah, it's not based on that, especially for our recently traded guys. Yeah, Jason, I know there's like 400 bazillion parallels, but as long as I have been doing this, both breaking in other people's breaks, breaking for you guys, collecting myself, as long as I have been doing this, which is many years, you would think at some point I would be able to remember all those pattern names, but I don't. It's like the worst. That is to 299 for the Rockets, James Harden. I have some kind of a mental block about it. That is a nice Marvin Bagley red wave for the Kings. Rookie that's been earning a little bit more time on the floor for Sacramento lately. Frank Ntilikina and the Knicks with a silver prism. That's an insert series we'll see lots of too, called Fireworks. Frank Mason and the Kings. And so on we go. We will have a little retail prism this year too. What we're opening on Thursday is going to be hobby again. So it'll be another full case of hobby just like we're doing tonight. But we will also be opening some prism retail down the road. Josh Richardson and the Miami Heat. Josh Richardson to 99 for the Miami Heat is what I'm trying to get out of my mouth and somehow didn't do a very good job of it. Heat with the red wave, Dion Waiters. And looks like our second autograph hit is going to go to the Wizards with Troy Brown Jr. and the Washington Wizards. And there's Mikhailiuk for the Lakers with a Prism Hyper. And we're almost done with box number 1 here. There's a tremendous amount of cards in Prism. It doesn't seem like it because they don't put them in a ton of packs, but yeah, there really are 1,700 or so cards in this break. So anyway you cut it, takes a while. We have a silver Prism rookie, Mikal Bridges for the Phoenix Suns. So if you've got Phoenix tonight, that's a nice little hit for you there with your rookie. And we have Justin Holiday for the Bulls with a Mojo to 25. So also nice on that one, of course. Kevin Knox and the Knicks, that is a Hyper Prism. Quinn Cook, Golden State Warriors. There's a Fireworks Kyrie. Basically, when I stop and read off the name and or the team, you know that that's a prism, right? I mean, I think you do. I think everybody probably knows that, but just in case. That's what that's about. And then that way I don't have to say prism or refractor every single time, and then you don't have to want to, you know, come through the screen and smack me for saying prism every time. So Big Benno, we have already done 4th and goal. That was first up tonight. So we took care of that one right away, and now we are in our Prism basketball. Yeah, guys, we do typically break in the order stuff-ins on eBay, although, of course, I know if you're not looking at my whole lineup for the night, you may not know the order that things end. But in general, things with not very many items or fewer cards will generally break first, and then anything that has a lot of cards will break more towards the end or at the very end of the night. That's just so the people, you know, you don't want to hang around through an hour-and-a-half Prism break if you're waiting on a, you know, 10-minute 4th and goal break, that kind of thing. Trevor Ariza for the Suns, silver Prism. Are you kidding me? Are we about to hit another J.R. Smith autograph for the Cavaliers? Yeah, we are. Oh, happy sorting there, Panini. I mean, what? We've pulled 3 autographs. 2 of them are J.R. Smith. Okay. Thanks, Panini. Larry Nance Jr. coming out there. Hi, Latch. How are you tonight? I saw you earlier. And then, of course, you're in tonight too, right? Brandon Knight for the Suns. Hyper. Maybe that's what I need to do. I just need to say hyper every single time. And eventually, 10 years from now, I'll remember it. Kyrie Irving, Silver Prism for the Celtics. That's a fireworks for John Wall and the Wizards. Joe, what are you shaking your head about? You said shaking your head. What did I say? Did I say something crazy? Oh, or about the J.R. Smith, probably, yeah. Vincent Edwards and the Rockets, Silver Prism. There's a Hyper Jeff Green. Yeah, I mean, you just never know. Sometimes they do a great job randomizing the teams and you have a really nice variety. And then there's other times it seems like you pull 100 of the same thing. You don't really pull 100, but you know what I mean. Blake Griffin and the Pistons. That's to 299. And there's Markieff Morris with a red wave for the Wizards. Oh, a nice blue Wilt Chamberlain in the Lakers to 199. And Tyler Johnson Heat red wave. Oh, Joe, you have the Cavaliers? Well, then, all right, man. At least you're getting some hits. I mean, you know, you are getting the same guy, so you're probably kind of like, wait, what? I don't know if I want them all to be J.R. Smith, but anyway, at least you have them. Jason, everything ships in here. Most of my breaks, all the cards ship. For any break where not all the cards are shipping, it will always say that in the description. So right down there in the part of the description where it says the date and time of the break, excuse me, and then it gives you the quantity and the product name and all that. Any extra information you need to know about the break will always be right in that spot. So for instance, if there had been a category for Panini Rewards points, which there wasn't, but if there had been, it would have said it there. Or if we had done veteran base not shipping, it would have been in there. I mean, it is shipping, but I'm just saying any variance from the norm, that's where you would always find it noted. Kristaps Porzingis and the Knicks, that is numbered to 99. There's a red wave Kevin Love and the Cavaliers. A silver prism for the Lakers with Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. Ooh, we got a little orange coming out. Chris Paul and the Rockets to 49. And Hyper Shabazz Napier. Joe, you're looking for Colin Sexton. Hopefully we'll find him in here for you. You know, he's another one that seems like he's on the uptick a bit. Gerald Green and the Rockets. And that is Danny Green and the Raptors. Of course, I liked Colin Sexton to begin with. I mean, my team is the University of Kentucky Wildcats. I went to school at UK, so those are my guys. As a result, I watch a lot of SEC basketball and SEC football. So I was familiar with Colin Sexton, and I liked that kid when he got drafted, and I thought that was a pretty good spot for him as well. DeMar DeRozan, this is another one where Spurs, even though he's in a Raptors uniform, of course, is going to go to the Spurs. Another Troy Brown Jr. Okay, now that's just stupid. We have opened 2 boxes. We have pulled 2 Troy Brown Jr.'s and 2 J.R. Smiths for the Cavaliers. Our first 4 autographs are like duplicates. Although the J.R. Smith at least is, you know, a different picture. One is an insert and one isn't. But 2 J.R. Smiths and 2 Troy Brown Jr.'s. That's, what are the odds that each box would have the same 2 guys in it? That's ridiculous. Bam Adebayo and the Heat. And I know if you have the Wizards and you have the Cavs, you're happy to have the extra hit. And I don't mean to imply that I'm not happy that you got the extra hit. Always happy for you get hits. I just find it frustrating when Panini does such a poor job randomizing their hits. Gary Trent Jr. and the Trailblazers Silver Prism. Rookie, of course. At the very least, if they're going to do it, then like give us all Luka Doncic. How about that? And Marvin Bagley and DeAndre Ayton. Dennis Johnson and the Celtics, red wave. Like if they're going to load us up on duplicates, then let's just have it be like our top 3 or 4 guys. How about that, Panini? That is Paul Millsap. That's numbered to 199 for the Nuggets with the blue parallel. Is a red wave Trey Burke. And box number 2 looked a lot like box number 1, at least in terms of our hits. Crazily enough. And I'm going to tell you this. If we hit the same autographs out of this 3rd box, I mean, I'm going to probably just lose my mind. So let's all hope that we can maybe see some different autographs coming out of box number 3 than we had out of box number 1 and number 2. Oh, Greg, yeah, Greg says he has the Wizards. He wants some more Troy Brown. Keep them coming, huh? And Greg, you were right. We are playing your Penn State guys in football in the Citrus Bowl. So you were correct. The rumors were right. UK and Penn State on New Year's Day. CBS, 1 o'clock. Citrus Bowl. Which, you know what, that's our first bowl game on New Year's Day in football, and oh my gosh, I don't even know how many years. Practically, seems like the whole time I've been alive, but I know it hasn't been that long, but it seems like it. Bill Russell and the Celtics. Then we have Zaza for the Pistons. We have a nice little blue parallel here. Steve Nash to 199 for the Suns. Go hard or go home. That's another insert that I don't think we've talked about, but saw it there. Jalen Brunson and the Mavericks in a red wave. And Jimmy Butler and the T-Wolves. Silver Prism. All day Blake Griffin. And I have to tell you guys, I was glad that Oklahoma got in to the championship game. I like that kid, Kyler Murray. I mean, I know he's going to be going to play for the A's when he finishes up his this year playing football for Oklahoma. But that kid is good. And Oklahoma's been very good this year. I'm glad they got into the playoff myself. 76ers, Joel Embiid. Nice little Clippers, but it's not a refractor. Trey Lyles and the Nuggets. And this is Ibaka for the Raptors. And Sergey is numbered to 149. Jacob Evans, Warriors, red wave. And what about Mike McCarthy getting fired today? Are you kidding me? I mean, okay, we all knew Mike McCarthy was probably going to get canned at the end of the season, but to fire him in the middle of the season when they're out of the playoff running anyway, Paul Millsap and the Nuggets. This is the big man, Karl Anthony Towns, numbered to 75 for the T-Wolves. I mean, that was just awful. The guy's been their head coach for 13 years or some insane amount of time. They've been to the playoffs most of those years. They won a Super Bowl or maybe 1 or 2 anyway, under McCarthy. I mean, for goodness sakes, they've got a street named after him outside the stadium up there. And you're out of the running for the playoffs and you can the guy in season. Like you could not wait a few more games to can him. Ooh, that was rough. And a little surprising, but I didn't watch that game in my market. I had the Bears game, which was quite entertaining, I have to say, even though Mitch Trubisky wasn't playing. Bears game was really pretty good. Numbered to 99, that's Zach Collins and the Blazers. Red Wave, Jordan Bell, Warriors. Well, now this might make me feel better. This is going to make up for some stuff right here. And Celtics, aren't you glad you had to fight for them now? Because there's Larry Bird, baby. Sensational Signatures, Larry Bird coming out for your Boston Celtics. Now I feel happier about this case. Now I officially feel happier. Justin Holiday and the Bulls. Greg, you want a Charles Barkley tonight, huh? That is Dragan Bender for the Suns. You know, I would be happy to pull a Charles Barkley for you. If we can conjure up Sir Charles, I'm cool with that. Thaddeus Young and the Pacers. And Thon Maker for the Bucks. Red Wave Gallinari for the Clippers. And there's a little Hamidou Diallo, a little hammy for the Oklahoma City Thunder. Silver Prism rookie. Next up, we are looking at DeAnthony Melton and the Rockets. So finally, a couple of new signatures, mercifully, right? There's Vucevic and the Magic. Oh, you meant Saquon Barkley. You were talking about in the Giants game today, the Giants and the Bears. Yeah, Barkley played really well today. Just in general, that was a really entertaining game, especially the last 2 minutes of the game. I mean, the Bears are in with their backup quarterback down 10 with like 1:40 left to go and managed to come back and tie it in regulation. That's numbered to 299, Kawhi Leonard. And, of course, he is a Raptor on that card, despite the Spurs uniform. Does correctly note the Raptors. Covington and the 76ers. And I think the announcer said that was only the third or fourth onside kick that had been recovered league-wide this year. So, I mean, the odds were just astronomically against them to even come back and tie it up. Yet they managed to do that, and then they lost in overtime, which was kind of a sad way to end it. But it was a heck of a last couple of minutes if you like watching football. So how are my Steelers doing, guys? We're probably in halftime, right? Did the score change before we hit halftime? Does anybody know what the sitch is on that? Yes, no, maybe? Well, I think if anything major had happened, I probably would have seen an ESPN score alert go flying by the iPad there, I'm going to guess. So I'm going to say we're probably nothing too amazing happening. That is Jason Tatum, go hard or go home. Hyper Wilson Chandler and the Sixers. 16-7. Thank you, Griffin. To 299, Iguodala and the Golden State Warriors. Red Wave, Kristaps, Knicks. A redemption. It's going to sit right over there. John Wall and the Wizards. Yeah, the redemptions hang out until the end of the break, and they stay over there just like keeping you in suspense till right at the bitter end, and then we flip them all over at once, and then head over to the Panini website to check out what team they go to. Usually we know the teams, but we still go there to verify it anyway. Harrison Barnes and the Mavericks to 149. Red Wave, Tim Duncan, Spurs. Silver Prism, Scottie Pippen. And it looks like we're about to have an autograph for the Knicks with Emmanuel Mudiay. That's going to be my assumption since it's facing the opposite way. Indeed, sensational signatures, Mudiay coming out for the Knicks. So at least, thank goodness, we did not hit Troy Brown and J.R. Smith again, because that was getting out of hand. Ilyasova and the Bucks. LaMarcus Aldridge, Spurs. So for our Prism retail this year, I wanted to get some cases of blasters because we opened some cases of blasters last year and did really pretty well with them. I mean, you don't get as many autographs out of the blasters, but again, most of the time in Prism basketball, we're chasing the straight silver prisms as much or more than we're chasing the autographs. And the blasters are great for that, if you can break them by the case especially. But this year they didn't give me the option to pre-order the blasters for some reason. But they did give us the option to pre-order the 24-pack retail boxes. So that's what I did pre-order, and we will have some of those. So we'll have to see how the Prism ratio runs in that. But I would imagine it would be similar to what we would find in a blaster, I would think. Wendell Carter Jr., Chicago Bulls, rookie silver Prism. Stephon Marbury. Why can't I say his name? For the Suns. Goodness gracious. Here's Josh coming out for the Minnesota Timberwolves. That is another silver Prism rookie. That one headed to Minnesota. Taurean Prince, Atlanta Hawks to 75. This is to 299, Isaiah Thomas and the Nuggets. Poor Isaiah Thomas, he's played like everywhere. DeMarcus Cousins, Red Wave, Warriors. A silver Paul George and the Thunder. These I'm going to set aside as well, this draft class card. We found, I think, 3 of those maybe in the last case. We will give those out using random.org as well. Alonzo Trier, Knicks, for Trier for Red Wave Prism. So I would imagine we'll find 2 or 3 of those draft class cards again in here like we did in the last case. So we'll just divvy them up at the end of the break. James Harden, Rockets, blue parallel to 199. There's a Red Wave J.J. Redick for the Sixers. Patty Mills and the Spurs. Oh, there's another one, speaking of, but this one is a Prism. The other one was not. This one is. So I don't think any of them were Prisms out of the last ones we opened. So, you know, one interesting thing tonight about the game with the Chargers and my Pittsburgh Steelers is that there are 2 pairs of brothers facing off. The Pouncey brothers, who both play center, they're twins. We have one, of course, and the Chargers the other. And then the Watt brothers. I forget what the Watt brothers' name is on the Chargers, because, you know, whenever you think of the Watt, you always think of JJ on the Texans and then now TJ on the Steelers, but there is a third brother who plays for the Chargers. And I can't remember what his first name is, but so the Watt brothers going at each other tonight, as well as the Pounceys. I think they said this was maybe the Pounceys, maybe only like the 3rd time they've played each other in their career, in their NFL career, or something like that. Of course, they're twins. The Watt boys are not twins, obviously. Oh, Derek. Right, Randy. Thank you. Hi, Randy, by the way. Hi. And yeah, Derek is right. Derek Watt. Got a little Watt Brothers dynasty. That family turns out linebackers like the Mannings turn out quarterbacks, I guess. That was Solomon Hill. There's Dirk Nowitzki. Dylan Wright, Raptors. That would be a lot of pressure, though, if you were born into one of those families. You know, you'd be like, well, If you, yeah, all your brothers do this, but you can do what you want. LeBron James to 75 for the Lakers. Be a lot of pressure to perform, I imagine. Numbered to 299, it's Kareem Abdul-Jabbar and the Lakers. A Red Wave Thon Maker for the Bucks. Of course, the Boses, they have a similar situation. I mean, Joey, of course, plays for the Charger. His younger brother, who got injured earlier this year and elected to sit out the rest of the year, should be very highly regarded in the next draft. That's numbered to 299 for the Cleveland Cavaliers. There's Hamidou again, Diallo, Oklahoma City Thunder Red Wave rookie. Dante DiVincenzo comes out with an autograph hit for the Milwaukee Bucks. Hyper John Wall and the Wizards. Lonnie Walker for the Spurs. That is numbered to 149. Nice little rookie parallel there. Dragan Bender, Red Wave. That is one thing about Prism Basketball. There is absolutely no shortage of parallels in here. They keep us plenty busy with parallels. And I'm glad to see that my ref was right and the cards in here have all been fine. That last box that we opened was one of those that was all kind of caved in on the sides a little bit, but the card's completely fine coming out of it. So that's a relief. He said they would be, and I figured he was probably right. I've seen boxes on the outside with a lot more, that were a lot more smashed up than this one, where the cards came out all right. But still, you always worry till you get them open. That is JaMychal Green and the Grizzlies. Red Wave Paul Gasol. A blue Kevin Huerter for the Atlanta Hawks to 199. To 149, Chandler Hutchison and the Bulls, Red Wave. Red Wave, Portis and the Bulls. Red Wave, no, Silver Prism. Sorry. Hamidou Diallo for the Oklahoma City Thunder. Stop me if you've heard this before, but didn't we already pull one of his autographs, or am I just thinking parallels? Let's just look back here and see. I guess we didn't, and I must have just been thinking about parallels. So, Oklahoma City Thunder, there you go. I guess I dreamed that we had hit him already, because I just now looked real quick, and we didn't. Okay. All right, I feel better then. I'm back to feeling better about it. Ian Clark, Pelicans. So maybe it was just those first couple of boxes that were crazy weird. Jay Crowder and the Jazz. LaMarcus Aldridge, Spurs. That one went out of my hand, guys, so I'm going to set it right there, and we're going to take a little closer look at it, make sure it's okay. It is just a silver base, but nonetheless, if they go flying when I don't intend for them to, which I never intend for them to, I like to take a look at them. Don't see anything that's any worse for the wear, corners, edges, or otherwise on your Anthony Simons for the Trail Blazers, but he did kind of drop off the pile there onto the mat, so I did want to check him out, and he looks no worse for the wear. That is a Fireworks insert, Pistons and Blake Griffin. Wilson Chandler for the 76ers. Ooh, we got a touchdown for the Steelers. Woohoo! I'm liking that plan. Yeah, baby. There goes my black and gold. Philly fan, you did miss the 4th and goal. You did. You know that's right up at the front, Philly fan. Steve Nash and the Phoenix Suns. Silver Prism. But I'll tell you who it was. Just give me 1 second to look at these last couple. Stephon Marbury for the Suns. So help me remember, guys, out of 4th and goal, we had The Saints was the full-size helmet, Mark Ingram. The mini helmet was the Rams, and that was Marshall Faulk. The jersey was not a custom, an authentic NFL Marcus Mariota for the Titans. And the picture, who is the picture? The picture. Oh, it was like an older throwback kind of guy. I can't remember who the photograph was. I can't remember, Philly fan. It'll maybe come to me in a minute, but right at this moment, it's not in my head. Lions, thank you. Somebody typed it in. Bean75 typed it in. Thank you so much. Yes, Lions. See, Philly fan, I know, and I've been reminding you guys all week that we started at 9 tonight, but I can't hold it against you. I almost forgot myself. Well, I didn't forget. I just kind of forgot to adjust the rest of my schedule. So, you know, I'm up there putting the spreadsheet together and getting all my stuff ready, and then and on the normal kind of time frame that I do it, invoicing and all that. And the next thing you know, I looked up and I was like, oh my gosh, it's 5 minutes till 9, which normally would mean I would have an hour left to answer messages and all that stuff. And tonight it meant, uh-oh, run. So yeah, that's why your messages didn't get answered. If you sent one, it'll get answered after the break, because I messed up myself too. So, oh, you had the Rams? All right. Well, yeah, you definitely had the mini helmet. It was Marshall Faulk. So you definitely got a hit in there anyway. So Dylan Brooks and the Grizzlies to 299 on the red. There's a red wave, DeMarcus Cousins, a little Boogie Cousins, and the Warriors. He ought to be back in playing form, what, you think by January maybe? Kevin Durant and the Warriors. Of course, he tore his Achilles last year when he was with the Pelicans. In the midst of a great season he was having with them, by the way. And you never know with those Achilles injuries. Reggie Miller and the Pacers. Sometimes they don't ever come out the same. Oscar Robertson and the Bucks. But I'm hoping that Boogie does come back no worse for the wear. Taj Gibson, T-Wolves. Points card. Andre Drummond, Pistons. So the points cards, guys and gals, those are awarded using random.org at the end of the break. There's Giannis, the Greek Freak. So that one and any others that we may find before we finish up this case, we will all use random and they will all be awarded that way. So it's going to sit over here in our housekeeping area along with our other things that are to be determined, our little TBD housekeeping. Greg, you are asking, when is there a new football break? Gosh, what are we breaking this week? Well, we're breaking Immaculate Football one night this week, and 2015 Black Gold Obsidian Football comes out on Wednesday. This is Michael Porter Jr. for the Nuggets, Sensational Signatures. And I don't remember what other football. I mean, there's quite a bit of football throughout the week, but I don't remember exactly all the details, Greg. But I can definitely put that spreadsheet up again for you after we finish up the break tonight, and you can take a look at it at that point if you would like, if you're still here and hanging out. Wilson Chandler to 149, 76ers. There's Tim Duncan and the Spurs, Red Wave. So yeah, we don't have a lot of new releases this week for a change. Marvin Williams, Hornets. That is Julius Randle and the Pelicans. We have got on Wednesday Obsidian Football. And then on Friday, we have Dynasty Baseball. Bowman Draft Baseball, which was originally scheduled for next Wednesday, or this upcoming Wednesday, got pushed all the way to the 14th of December, I think. So, you know how it goes. They're always moving the dates around. Yeah, Greg, the new one for Wednesday is Obsidian Football. Brand new product. Yes, Trevor, the Saints hit the full-size helmet in the 4th and goal break earlier. Yes. Obsidian football, it's brand new. So, you know, I haven't laid my hands on it either. Looking at the specs for it, it looks great, but all I've got to go on is the sell sheet because it's brand new product. This is the Raptors with Pascal, Red Wave, Kristaps, Porzingis, and the Knicks. So, Greg, if you pull up one of my listings for Obsidian, you should see, you know, I always copy the marketing flyer, basically, so you should be able to see some images of it and some description of it. And, of course, you know, if you scroll down to the bottom of any of my listings, I will also have a written manufacturer's description when available. Mikhailiuk and the Lakers to $299, rookie. Red Wave, Greek Freak, Giannis Antetokounmpo, Bucks. But Obsidian looks very nice, and I mean it's fairly expensive, so it should have some nice hits come out of it. I mean, like I said, new products, you kind of never know until you get it in your hands and you can actually get a look at it, but it really does look very cool. Mo Bamba and the Magic to $199. JJ Redick, Sixers, Red Wave. And they have a lot of die cuts in it if you're into that. Tons of those. Spurs, Paul Gasol. Fournier, Magic. At least from what I could see from the images that Panini released midweek. If you guys don't ever, if you don't follow the Panini blog, you might want to check it out sometime. It's called the Knights Lance, you know, like knight as in Knights of the Round Table, K-N-I-G-H-T, the Knights Lance, and they do a lot of product previews on there, and they'll add tons of images of actual cards after production, and sometimes on the new stuff you can get a really good feel for what is going to be in it from that. Chandler Hutchison, that is a rookie silver prism for the Bulls. Chris Paul and the Rockets, numbered to 75. And we are 6 down and 6 to go. So we're at our official halfway point of this case of prism. Doing too badly on time, all things considered. I guess we're tracking about where I thought we would be, so it's one of the reasons I wanted to start early. I know you guys, it's hard to, when it's a long break, it's hard to finish up 11:30, midnight on a Sunday night. That's usually the night we're all trying to just watch the end of the football game and get to bed at a reasonable hour to start the work week. Or the school day, as the case might be, on Monday. So sometimes on Sundays, if we've got a long break, I do try to push the time up a little bit to take those sorts of things into account so that I don't keep you guys up all night long. This is a blue to $199 for the Hawks with Kent Bazemore. Red Wave, Solomon Hill, and the Pelicans. To $149, it's Kevin Love and the Cavaliers. Ooh, Greg, you get to sleep in tomorrow. Very nice. Are you off work? Are you on vacation? JaMychal Green, Red Wave, Grizzlies. Hopefully that's what that means. You got a nice vacation coming up or something. Rondé Hollis Jefferson and the Nets. Stephon Marbury again for the Suns. I swear we've pulled that like, what, 3 or 4 times it seems like with that hyper prism for Marbury. Hey, Sixers. We've got your rookie, Shamet Landry, coming out for the Sixers. Lonzo Ball, Lakers, hyper. His little brother, man, still now wants to come back and play in college. You know the NCAA is not going to clear him. Otto Porter Jr., Wizards. I mean, not after going overseas. Anthony Davis, NOLA. And playing for money for the pro team overseas. And then on top of that, has had his own tennis shoe, which he made money from, which is another thing you're not allowed to do. I mean, he's got like this huge list of stuff he's done that's on every no-no list there is from the NCAA. It's to 299, Steph Curry. Jay Crowder and the Jazz, Red Wave. But of course now that's what he's saying he wants to do. But I think dear old daddy has maybe ruined that for him. I don't think he can do it now. I don't know. Sometimes gotta kind of wonder what's going on there with LeVar, don't you? A little bit. I do. Anyway. All righty. Let's see what magic awaits us in this box. Willie Cauley-Stein to 99 for the Kings. To 149, Bobby Portis, Red Wave, and the Bulls. Man, sorry guys, I've got like one is kind of hanging on to the one in front of it, and I'm not doing a very good job of stopping it from hanging on to the one in front of it. And once again, I don't see any issues with that, but it's not moving very far to go down there onto the break mat, but still. Zach Randolph and the Kings. Micken and the Lakers to 49. Tim Hardaway, Knicks. That seems to be one of those nights. Kevin Durant. John Wall for the Wizards. We pulled a nice Kevin Durant autograph to 15, I think it was, out of Absolute Basketball last night. Which is a nice little hit. Amari Stoudemire, Suns. And the Charlotte Hornets are going to hit with their rookie, Devontae Graham. Finally, at least we have a Doncic parallel. Goodness. That is, of course, a Prism Hyper Doncic rookie. We would like to find a little ink for him, or a standard silver prism, or both. Avery Bradley, Clippers. Still looking for a little DeAndre Ayton love as well. We got Marvin Bagley. Durant for the Warriors. Pulled a nice Bagley out of Absolute, too. What was that number 2, guys? 25, I think? The one from last night? Maybe to 25. LaMarcus Aldridge and the Spurs, Silver Prism. Red Wave, Steve Nash and the Suns. Absolute has been breaking pretty well, for me anyway. I can't speak as to what everyone else has seen coming out, but from what I've been breaking, I think it's been looking really quite good for Absolute this year. Both in who we're pulling and in what they are numbered to when we pull it. So far so good. Ooh, I just saw an update that says Antonio Brown scored. I'm assuming that is a recent thing, but it could have been the last touchdown you all told me about. I don't know. It just popped up and said something about, look at this Antonio Brown score. So it might have been the last one. Well, yeah, we hit that Doncic to 5, Greg. We hit a Luka Doncic to 5 in maybe the first case of Absolute might have had that, I think. But yes, as a whole, I've been really pleasantly surprised at how many good hits are in each case of Absolute. mean, you always expect to find a certain number of good hits, but been an unusually high number, I thought, in both cases of Prism so far, of what I would call our top-level rookies this year. Premier rookies, whatever you want to call them. Kevin Hervey. That is a Silver Prism rookie for the Thunder. Omari Spellman coming out for the Hawks. Sensational Signatures. Woohoo! Hottie Will, you said same one. So that was the same touchdown you guys told me about earlier. Well, ESPN, their dumb score update was pretty late, wasn't it? It's Gary Harris and the Nuggets. That's Kyrie Irving and the Celtics. Well, maybe they were posting video or something. That might be why it popped up when it did. Maybe they just put up a video of it then. Could be. Vincent Edwards and the Rockets. That's most likely what it was. The Clippers and my man Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Clippers, baby. How about it? Little sensational signatures coming out for Shai. I like that hit. To 299, this is Gerald Green and the Rockets. A Red Wave Enes Kanter for the Knicks. Silver Kaminsky and the Hornets. And that is Crab for the Nets. Red Wave. Oh, how do you like the Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, do you? Right on. He's been playing well, too, hasn't he? Yeah, Shai's been really... he was a pleasant surprise at UK. I mean, I think we knew he was going to be good, but as the season went on, he really progressed, I think, a lot faster than anyone expected. At least a lot faster than I would have expected him to. And he was a heck of a player when he left here. Doesn't seem to have missed a beat. Just keeps right on balling out there in LA. To 149, DeAndre Bembry and the Hawks. So I think Shai's probably going to be pretty darn good in the long run. Gets a little age on him, a little more experience. I think he's going to be really good. Harrison Barnes and the Mavericks to 149, Red Wave. DeAndre Bembry and the Hawks again. So yeah, Shai, I think Shai's a nice hit. Nowitzki, Mavericks. Larry Bird, Celtics. I think he's a little bit of a sleeper too, you know. He's one you can kind of still, I think, get at a somewhat reasonable price and just stock up on him a little bit, you know. For lack of a better way to say it, buy and stash sort of thing. Karl Anthony Towns to 49 for the T-Wolves. There's Gary Trent Jr. and the Blazers with a hyper rookie. Greg, you weren't, no, you weren't, were you? Latchman was in our break earlier of the Bowman Chrome Minis, but Greg, you weren't in that, I don't think. So Latchman, are you still on here? If you are, I'm just curious if you liked that product, if you didn't like that product, if you want another, you know, if you think we should break it again. Just curious to get your feedback on it if you are still on, Latchman. Oh, Wendell Carter Jr. for sure. Yeah, I mean, he's good. That's Victor Oladipo for the Pacers. Kentavious Caldwell-Pope for the Lakers. Wendell Carter Jr. still, to me, seems like he's flying very much under the radar, though. There's not as much interest in him, and I really don't know why, because he's been playing well. Mike Conley and the Grizzlies. That is Blake Griffin and the Pistons. Of course, you know, Doncic is my man out of this draft. I mean, he's the guy that I Said pre-draft I would take #1 overall. I stick by that. I like that kid a lot. That's /99 Fred VanVleet for the Raptors. And I just, you know, I just don't see anybody going past him. It's /149 for the Warriors. Iguodala. Of course, I said it then, too. I would have taken him over Ayton, but I guess that's why I don't run an NBA team, right? DJ Augustin for the Magic /199 on the blue parallel. There's Channing Frye and the Cavs in a red wave. Yeah, I don't know why he's not. You're right, Roddy. I mean, I don't know why he doesn't get... Why Wendell Carter Jr. is not right now more collectible than he is. Is that the word I'm looking for? But he still may heat up. I mean, we're early in the season yet. And as you know, a lot can change as we go along. I mean, certainly at the beginning of last year, I don't think any of us would have said, oh, yeah, Donovan Mitchell's going to be the man. Yeah, we would not have. So it definitely can change as we go through the year. Oh yeah, Greg, I would think Wendell Carter Jr. should still be very affordable if you wanted to pick up some of his autographs. He also seems to be coming out of most products pretty freely. I don't find him to be particularly hard to pull. So, nor have I found that the Bulls, generally speaking, the Bulls aren't going for astronomically high prices either. So, probably, you know, either way, you could probably pull it. If you got into a couple of breaks, I would imagine you would probably ultimately pull it if it was card with, or a break with a lot of cards. The Bird and the Celtics. Jordan Clarkson and the Cavs. Or for sure, you could just buy some outright. Bembry again for the Hawks. So Red Wave, Wesley Matthews and the Mavericks. But it's interesting, though, that you bring that up. Because, you know, I always, for some strange reason, cannot explain it to you. I guess it's just how my brain is wired. I would rather pull it than buy it. That's just kind of how I'm wired. It says Kyrie Irving for the Celtics /299. Like, I spent so much time trying to hit that Antonio Brown rookie card, and I finally did. But I had to buy into a ton of different breaks to get it. D'Angelo Russell Red Wave Nets. Meanwhile, I could have absolutely bought one on eBay. They had a ton of them and reasonably priced. But I somehow just didn't want to. I wanted to pull it. I don't know. There's just a difference in pulling it and buying it. For me, anyway. And I have a lot more fun trying to pull it than I do buying it. Terry Rozier and the Celtics. Greg, he plays, Wendell Carter Jr. plays for the Bulls. So he is a Chicago Bulls kind of guy. Hazanga /99 for the Knicks. And the Greek Freak said he was going to punch him in the family jewels. That's Dwayne Wade and the Heat. If Mario stepped over him again. Giannis was on the floor. Mario stepped over him after a play. And it made Giannis really mad. So he said in his post-game interview, he didn't call it the family jewels. That's me paraphrasing for you. But said if he did it again, he was going to punch him, you know, there. Toronto Raptors, Danny Green and Dylan Brooks and the Grizzlies. So the moral of that story is don't mess with Giannis. Another points card, 250 points, sits up here in our housekeeping area. Yeah, so you did like it, Latchman? Good. I mean, I love that product. I open that myself all the time. I told you guys that. I love it. I really do. That's why I'm like, if we break it again, that's fine. If we don't, that's okay too, because I'll open it myself. But yeah, I do have more of it here, so we might run another direct break of that thing, because I really do like it. It's so much fun, and there's so many parallels in there. and some really good value for the money in that particular product. So I'm glad you liked it too. So yeah, we might do that one again pretty soon. Kevin Durant and the Golden State Warriors, that's to 199. And Gortat, Clippers, Red Wave, 149. I still can't get used to him being traded. Karl Anthony Towns, T-Wolves. I still want to think of Gortat as a Wizard. Dante DiVincenzo, well, we've hit him once already in this case, so now you have a bookend for him as well. If you have the Milwaukee Bucks anyway, you have a bookend. Larry Nance Jr., Cavaliers. Miles Turner, Pacers. Andre Drummond and the Pistons to 299. Red Wave Curry for the Warriors. And we have a Hyper Kyrie Thomas rookie for the Pistons. A little love for Detroit. Brandon Knight, Phoenix Suns, Silver Prism. Fireworks, Blake Griffin and the Pistons. Dirk Nowitzki, Mavericks to 75. Man, they are stingy with Luka in this product. Like, we need some more Luka to come out of here. Ink or parallels or something. Oh, wait a minute, though. There's those two, but I see something shining that I've missed. Hold on. Right there. Shabazz Napier and the Nets was a silver prism that I don't believe I called when it went through the first time, because it did not catch my eye right there on the first go-around. Get our little housekeeping area. This is all the TBD stuff up there in the corner. Has to stay in my line of sight so I remember to do it. So we're closing in on it. We're doing pretty well so far. If we could maybe not have any more duplicate autographs, that might be preferable. If we could have a few less of those. All right, let's stop and look at what we have. We'll open the rest of those packs in a few minutes. I can only delay gratification for so long, and then I got to stop and look at some of them. I know, it's awful, isn't it? As much stuff as I open, but I still always look forward to the next thing we're opening. To 149 for the T-Wolves. To 149, Steph Curry. Not to 149, that's not numbered. It's a Red Wave Steph Curry for the Warriors. And I just spit out 149 because of the one before it. Jamal Murray, Nuggets, Silver Prism. This is a prism as well. That is a Mo Bamba Luck of the Lottery prism for the Magic. Mo Bamba's been my buddy lately. We pulled a 1-of-1 signature of his in Certified, and then we pulled a 1-of-1 signature of his in Absolute already. Mo Bamba has been coming out as my buddy. Kevin Love to 199, Cavaliers, blue parallel. A silver Derrick Rose T-Wolves, who's having an odd sort of resurgence, isn't he, lately? Dwayne Wade in the Heat to 149. Of course, you just got to wonder, how much longer does Tibbs have to hang out there in Minnesota? I don't know. He keeps trying to relive his glory days with the Bulls, but we shall see. DeAnthony Melton and the Rockets. That is a rookie silver prism. A third points card. Come on, Panini. I mean, I knew we would find at least one or two because we had the Larry Bird autograph. Robin Lopez and the Bulls. But I wouldn't have expected to see 3. So maybe we're still going to have another kind of high-level hit coming out of here. I would hope, based on the number of points cards that we pulled. Kevin Love to 75 for the Cavaliers. To 299, it's Dwight Howard and the Washington Wizards. Another one I always want to call his old team, D'Angelo Russell Nets. Stanley Johnson Pistons. Well, how did I manage that? I made a mess of that one, didn't I? I'm going to try to get an NBA mixer for us up either Saturday or Sunday maybe of next week. I'm going to try to just grab some various things. I've got stuff from 16-17. I've probably got some 17-18. I've got some older things as well, 12-13, 13-14. Just a variety of stuff. And I'm probably going to put some of that together in a mixer before too long. Speaking of Wendell Carter Jr. and the Chicago Bulls, there he is, kids. And that is Mojo. Significant Signatures Mojo. So where's my number? There it is. To 25. Yeah, there you go. If you've got Chicago and you believe in your man Wendell Carter Jr., as I do, that's a nice hit. Kyle Korver, Cavs. To 299, that's Zach LaVine and the Chicago Bulls. Red Wave, Gortat and the Clippers. Joe says, finally. You've been sweating it out, have you? Like, daggone it, where is my guy? He was making you wait. He wasn't giving it up easy, that's for sure. Josh Hart and the Lakers. That is a rookie silver prism. Darren Collinson, Pacers. Hyper. A silver prism rookie for the Hawks. That is Omari Spellman. Yeah, pulling that to 25, that's especially nice. Red Wave, Wesley Matthews, Mavericks. Silver Prism Batum and the Hornets. Silver Hyper AD, Nola. Next to last box. Should we go right or left? I say we'll go left. All my instincts said, the first voice in my head said go right. So I decided that meant maybe the right box was going to have the best stuff in it. So I went left to try to save the best one for last. So I tried to reverse psychology myself. Doing a reverse psychology number on my own gut instinct. We'll see if it worked or not. What the heck, it doesn't matter. We're opening them both anyway, but you know how we like to hope for last box mojo. So I always hope that some of our best stuff makes it to the end for last box mojo. And this time, since my gut said go right, we opened the left one first. And we have a nice little Miles Bridges rookie silver prism for the Hornets. Can't argue with that result. Zach LaVine, Bulls. to 299, you have Ginobili for the Spurs. Red Wave Dragic and the Heat. Silver Prism Embiid, 76ers. James Johnson to 75 for the Heat. Wasn't that a crazy suit that Shea wore to the draft? Like, I don't know what that was. It reminded me, it was just because of the pattern on it. I don't know. Did you all, I don't know how many of you were of the age where you would have maybe seen this, or of course a lot of you are guys, so you maybe never saw it, but Gone with the Wind, where Scarlett makes a dress out of the curtains for some reason. When I saw Shea's suit the night of the draft, I thought, man, what is up? Did you like make that from the curtains? Willie Cauley-Stein and the Kings. And the thing of it is, I'm sure it was a vastly expensive suit, right? Probably like worth more than I make in a year, but I don't know. That suit just cracked me up on draft night. Luke Walton and the Lakers. Wow. There you go. That's throwback city right there, man. That's pretty cool if you've got the Lakers. John Collins, Hawks. And Dirk Nowitzki, Mavericks. Chris Dunn, Bulls. Oh, no. San Diego just scored. Daggone it. Phillip Rivers, darn you. Well, that's all right. You got to make it interesting, right? Got to have a game. Got to keep it real. Latchman, do you have the Lakers in here? You typed in LA, so I'm thinking maybe was that your hit? Coming to you, the Luke Walton for the Lakers? A blue Gorgie Jing for the T-Wolves to 199. There's Aaron Holiday and the Pacers with a red wave. Silver Prism Wilt Chamberlain Lakers. Red wave Zach Collins. Oh, the LA Chargers. I called them the San Diego Chargers, didn't I? Sorry. I think he typed in, I think Joe typed in SD for San Diego, and you know, for so many years they were the San Diego Chargers. I didn't even think about it. I was like, oh yeah, San Diego Chargers. Yeah, no, sorry. Sorry about that, guys. Of course, obviously the LA Chargers, even though I called them the San Diego Chargers. Sorry. Sorry. I digress. As Wendell Carter Jr. to 299 for the Bulls. Buddy Hield and the Kings, red wave. Tell you, the hardest part of that for me was when they changed from San Diego to LA, was for me to remember to list them in the breaks as the Los Angeles Chargers instead of the San Diego Chargers. Because I have all those memorized, all those teams. You know, I can just do it from memory right down the line. And when they changed, it really messed me up for a while mentally. Here we go, Phoenix Suns. There's your DeAndre Ayton. I told you there'd have to be one more big autograph in here with all those points. And there it is. And so if I had done what I said, which was pick the right one, and I had saved the left one for the last, we would have had the proper last box mojo. So I should have not tried to reverse psychology myself. And if I had just chosen the right one, like my gut said, our last box mojo would have been perfect, and we would have landed on DeAndre Ayton in the last box. So there you go. I guess the moral of the story is don't try to fool yourself. Meaning me. Jake Evans III to 149. Musa, Nets, red wave. Yeah, I had a feeling we were looking for at least one more big one with 3 points cards, because Larry Bird was the other one, the only other one we had that was that, you know, caliber. Kelly Oubre, Prism for the Wizards. Kyle Lowry, Raptors. And that is Kevin Garnett and the T-Wolves. LeBron James and the Lakers. That is the one advantage to doing a lot of breaks of the same product over the years. You do start to kind of recognize some of the patterns, like, if I pull that many points cards and they total this, then probably that means I should have at least, a couple of decent, pretty good hits in there. So you do start to pick up a few little odds and ends like that over time. Okay, we are now in Last Box Mojo, even though I think we really hit our mojo with 8, I think. But we're going to try it in this too, see if we can't conjure up something else. Joe, was that yours too? You've been doing all right then tonight, brother. If you picked up on the 8 and you got the Wendell Carter Jr., you kind of rolling along, aren't you? You chose wisely tonight for your teams. And that's Zach LaVine and the Bulls again. Glenn Rice. You know what? Somebody was looking for a Glenn Rice autograph not too long ago. I can't remember who it was because they said, oh yeah, one of the people they collect is Glenn Rice. And there he is for the Hornets. I wish I could remember who it was that wanted it. I don't think it was Jay Allen, but I can't remember who it was. Harrison Barnes. And there's a little Kevin Knox Hyper Prism draft luck of the lottery for the Knicks. Jacob Evans III for the Golden State Warriors. That's our second autograph. So I think that's going to be all of our autographs out of this last box. That's both of them. So now we're just looking for parallels from this point onward. Kuzma and the Lakers. We do have ourselves a gold parallel coming out. A little throwback for Boston with Dennis Johnson numbered to 10. Can't argue with that. That's the Nets with a hyper. Jason, you said you haven't seen a case without Glenn Rice. I don't remember if we pulled him out of any of the other cases we've done or not. I can't remember. Nicholas Batum, Hornets. Red Wave, Bam Adebayo and the Heat. Tyler Johnson and the Heat. Yeah, Joe, if we find Colin or Trey for you at this point, they are going to be in the parallel because I think all of our autographs have come out, except for, well, I take that back. We've got a redemption right there. So we could still potentially have some Heat under that redemption. Wow, Yao Ming for the Rockets to 299. Don't pull too much of that anymore. Courtney Lee, Knicks. Red Wave to 149. Enes Kanter, Knicks. I want to say, though, I think Trey is live in here because I think we've pulled him in here, haven't we, guys? I think we have, out of Prism. So I don't think he's going to be under the redemption. I don't remember if we've pulled Colin Sexton live or not. Okay, we are closing in on the final bit of this break. This is Kyle Lowry to 299 for the Raptors. There's Jeff Green and the Wizards, 149 Red Wave. Dante DiVincenzo, Bucks to 149. Tristan Thompson and the Cavs, Red Wave. Dwayne Dedman, Hawks. There's an 8 in luck of the lottery prism for the Suns. MKG to 199 for the Hornets. I really don't know why the Suns don't do better than they do. They've got so much young talent, and they've chosen some really good individual players in recent years in the draft, but somehow or another, the Suns can't just somehow put it together, and they just get beat like a drum all the time. Something needs to change out west. Derrick Rose, T-Wolves. Lonzo Ball fireworks, but that wasn't a prism, sorry. This is what I saw behind it that was shiny. Channing Frye and the Cavaliers was our shiny, pretty toy. Red Wave, Pistol Pete Maravich. Atlanta Hawks. Ibaka, Raptors. Markieff Morris, Wizards. Now, that is all of our cards that we have live. However, as you know, we've got some housekeeping stuff to address here. So, let me get all this stuff in sleeves so I can write on it. So we have 3 different rewards points, all of which will be given out using random.org here shortly. We also have 2 Draft Day 2018 cards. One is a prism, one is not. We will give those out using random shortly. And then we have this redemption, which we're about to flip over. And then we're going to go to the Panini website, verify the team, and find out what it's numbered to. So I'm trying to take a sneak peek. Well, look at that. If it isn't Wendell Carter Jr. So you got him live in the product, and now you have him on a redemption as well. So a pair of Wendell Carter Jr.'s coming out for the Bulls. How about that? Don't know if this one will be numbered or not, but we will roll over there and find out. Just rookie signatures is our card set, and it's card number 7. So let's buzz over here to the Panini website, which handily I already had set up for Prism Basketball because I just assumed we would find some redemptions. We usually do find at least one. And card number was, what did I say? 7, I think. Yeah, so it's an open edition. It's not going to be numbered. But there, of course, you can see Wendell Carter Jr., a Bull, which we kind of already knew. But anyway, now it's all, whoops, now it's all nice and official. And we all saw it and can agree upon it. Next thing we're going to do, I'm bringing you with me here. And I'm simply copying all of the team names here from the spreadsheet. And then we're going to roll over here to random.org where I'm going to paste them in. And the first thing that we're working on with this cut and paste is our 2 draft 2018 cards. Those are the cards that show, you know, the full draft class. So we have 2 of those. One is a prism, one is not a prism. So there you can see all 30 of the teams were pasted in there properly. So what we're going to do is after I hit randomize in just a second, whoever is in the number 1 spot is going to get the prism version of the card. Whatever team is in the 2nd spot will get the non-prism version of that card. So good luck, everyone. Here we go with it. So that is the Blazers that are getting the prism version. And then our Cavaliers are getting the non-prism version. I gotta find where I put my Sharpie so that I can write this down on the sleeve and we'll know for later. So let me get these labeled up, guys. And then we're gonna move back to Random's homepage and we're gonna give away those rewards points. So of course I still have all of our teams on the clipboard. So I'm gonna paste them all in here again. We have 3 rewards points cards to give out. 1 for 150 points and 2 that are 250 points each. So this will be first 3 teams. So team number 1 will get 250, team number 2 gets a 250, and team number 3 is going to get the 150. All right, so here we go. Good luck, everybody. So we have the Lakers are getting a 250 points card. Then we have, who's second there? The Nuggets are getting a 250 points card. I'm labeling these as we go. Sorry. Multitasking. And then the 150 points card went to the Kings. Now that all of our housekeeping is done, we can set about recapping things here. Oh, Chris, you wanted the, you were hoping to get one of the draft day cards. You know, those have been coming out, as I said, 2 or 3 per case, it seems like, in general. So, you know, chances are, I don't know how other breakers give them out. I would assume that they would do similarly and give them out by way of random, but there's usually 2 or 3 a case. So that is the first Prism I've seen of it. The others were just the standard non-Prism version of it, though. All right, so the redemption for the Bulls, Wendell Carter Jr. Some points, 250 to the Denver Nuggets, some points, 250 to the Lakers, and points of 150 to the Kings. Then we have for the Cleveland Cavaliers this draft 2018 card, the non-Prism version. Then for the I should say Portland. For the Portland, with an R in it, Trailblazers, we have the draft day card that is the Prism version. Okay. Oh, Chris, you got it. Okay. Well, you said too bad up there, so I thought that meant you didn't get it. When you typed in, I wanted that a little too bad, I thought that meant, oh, you didn't get it. Like I wanted that a little comma, too bad. You meant you wanted to win it a little too badly, and then you did, I guess. I got it. I'm a little slow. Sorry, guys. Jacob Evans III for the Warriors. Glenn Rice and the Hornets. The big man, #1 overall draft pick, DeAndre Ayton and the Suns. Luke Walton for the Lakers. This nice Wendell Carter Jr. Mojo /25 for the Chicago Bulls. Dante DiVincenzo for the Bucks. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and the Clippers. Amari Spellman Hawks. Devontae Graham Hornets. Shamet for the Sixers. Michael Porter Jr. for the Nuggets. Diallo for the Oklahoma City Thunder. DiVincenzo Bucks. Moutier for the Knicks. DeAnthony Melton Rockets. Larry Bird for the Celtics. Troy Brown Jr. Wizards, Troy Brown Jr. Wizards, J.R. Smith Cavaliers, and J.R. Smith Cavaliers on a different card set. So Cavaliers kind of had a big time there. Now this is not probably necessarily all of our Silver Prism rookies, but I tried to set the majority of them in a pile by themselves. Also, well, that's over there because it's numbered to 10. But there's a reasonable possibility that there are additional base Silver Prism rookies that I've just simply stacked in one of the other stacks. So if you saw it go by earlier, you are going to get it. I'm just going to recap the ones that I sat out separately, and I tried to get the majority of them out separately. Miles Bridges and the Hornets, Amari Spellman Hawks, Josh Hart Lakers, DeAnthony Melton for the Rockets, Kevin Hervey for the Thunder. Luke is in here, even though that's not a base Silver Prism. That's actually the Hyper Silver Prism because it's the only Luka parallel, I think, that we got. So that's why I put that in there. Chandler Hutchison and the Bulls. Josh for the T-Wolves. Wendell for the Bulls. Hamidou Diallo for the Thunder. Gary Trent Jr. Blazers. A Mojo Justin Holiday is there because it's /25, even though that is not a rookie, nor is it a flat Silver Prism. I put it there because it was Mojo /25. And then the Mikal Bridges for the Suns, Silver Prism rookie. So that's the majority of that stuff. Again, I may have stacked 1 or 2 here or there somewhere else. And there's plenty of rookie patterns in there of Hyper, I'm sure, and Red Wave and various other things. Again, I was trying to sort out just the Silver Prisms. So, okay, guys, let me put up spreadsheet information one more time for anybody who might not have come across this earlier. And I do know, Greg, you wanted to know some of the football we were breaking later in the week, so we'll start with that. This is the stuff that is listed on eBay already that you can bid on right now if you wanted to. And it's the things that we will be breaking over the next 5 days. So tomorrow night, we're breaking Flawless Collegiate Basketball and the last case I have of Immaculate Football. On Tuesday night, it will be the first half of a case of 2015 Black Gold Football and a 10-box case of Absolute Basketball, which is also, of course, a full case. Sorry, I had a pop-up come across there that said Joe Hayden was injured for the Steelers in the game just now. It distracted me momentarily. Sorry. On Wednesday night, we'll open 6 loose boxes of 2018 Inception Baseball, 6 boxes of 28 Bowman Chrome HTA Jumbo. That's a half case quantity, and of course, those are all hits, no base. And a 12-box case of Obsidian Football, which comes out on that day, on Wednesday. On Thursday, we'll open another 12-box case of Prism Basketball. On Friday, Dynasty Baseball comes out, high end. We will open a case of that and also another case of Obsidian Football. So that is what we're going to be opening in the days coming up, so far anyway. Shipping wise, if you were in the 4th and Goal break, that will be out the door to you no later than Wednesday. Most likely it's going to get out the door sooner than that, but the latest it should be on the way to you is Saturday. For Prism Basketball that we just finished up, the latest that should be on its way to you is Thursday, and it will most likely be out the door to you faster than that. Consolation cards, you don't have to worry about that in Prism because everybody pulled cards, tons of cards in that break, as we just saw. But in the 4th and Goal, if your team was not one of the teams that was pulled, you are entitled to a consolation trading card. It can be from any year in any series. I do keep track of that for a rolling 90-day period. Usually what I do on the stuff with free shipping is I just hang on to your consolation card or cards until the next time you do have a package shipping, and then I just gather up all that you're due and I send them out to you all at once with that package. If you don't want to wait for that and you're due a consolation card from 4th and Goal and you'd like to have it sent sooner, all you need to do is drop me a line on eBay, let me know that that's the case, and I will be happy to get that taken care of for you. Last but not least, if anybody wants in on this is kind of last call on this. We haven't had much traction in it on it in several days. So if you want in on this case break of Leaf Greatest Hits Basketball, it's kind of a speak now or forever hold your peace sort of thing. You can send me, hit me up in chat here, or you can send me a message to leaderofthepackbreaks@gmail.com if you want in on that. And I guess that's it for tonight. We are all finished up, wrapped up on this Sunday evening. Of course, we will be back at it tomorrow night. So hopefully I will see one or more of you then, or if not tomorrow night, maybe sometime here over the course of the next few days. So take care. Have a great start to your week tomorrow. We'll see you the next time. Bye now.